New Year at the Pier, a Rosh Hashanah story by April Helprin Wayland, illustrated by Stefan Jorish. New Year at the Pier. Izzy loves this changing time of year. Some days sunglasses, some days sweaters, apples, honey, the sound of the shofar, and his favorite part of Rosh Hashanah, tashlich. Everyone makes I'm sorry lists before tashlich. Mom is at the patio table writing fast. Miriam is on the grass thinking. Izzy puts a rock on his paper so it won't blow away. He doesn't make a list, he draws pictures. But he does count on his fingers. 1, 2, 3. 3 things he is sorry for. What is Izzy sorry for? He sticks up 1 finger for drawing on Miriam's forehead while she was asleep. 2 fingers for losing Mom's ring at the grocery store. 3 fingers for breaking Mrs. Bickerson's drum, the old one they weren't even supposed to touch. Is that it? Just 3? Suddenly, Izzy remembers there's 1 more. Ugh! He wishes there weren't. He wishes he could forget this one. Slowly, he puts up 4 fingers for promising he wouldn't tell anyone that Ben sucks his thumb, and then telling. On Rosh Hashanah, as soon as they get to the synagogue, Izzy joins his friends playing tag. "You're it," a kid says, pointing a finger at Izzy. Izzy looks at his own finger. He runs over to his sister. "Miriam," he whispers, "I'm sorry I drew on your forehead." "Huh?" "I'm sorry I drew Space Dog." "Oh, that? No big deal," she says. "Okay," he says, and runs off with his friends. When he stops to rest, Miriam looks at her list and then at Izzy. "I'm not going to call you Big Snot anymore. I'm sorry." "I like being Big Snot," he says, pulling a ribbon from her hair. "Izzy," Miriam says and stomps on his foot. "Hey," Izzy yells. Mom walks up. "Peace, kids," she says, putting up 2 fingers. Izzy looks at his own 2 fingers. This one's going to be harder. "Mom," Izzy says, looking at his shoe, "I'm sorry I lost your ring." "I know you're sorry, sweetie. Thanks. I'm sorry for something, too." His eyes get big. Mom is sorry? "I'm sorry for always being on the phone," she says. "I'll try not to answer it when you and I are playing. Okie dokie?" Mom squeezes his hand. He squeezes back. The doors open. It's time to take their seats. When services are over, everyone walks to the beach. Rabbi Neil, Cantor Livia, and all the families. At the top of the hill, Izzy counts 3 fingers. Mrs. Bickerson and her 2 dogs. Izzy looks at his 3 fingers. His heart pounds like her drum used to. But maybe he doesn't have to say it to her right now. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. "Well, look who's here. Hello, Izzy," says Mrs. Bickerson. Hi, Mrs. Bickerson, he mumbles. Good heavens, Mrs. Bickerson cries as the dogs drag her up the street. Sorry to be running off, dear. Come visit next week. Izzy runs down the hill to catch the others. When he gets to the pier, Rabbi Neil is saying, Tashlich is the time we apologize for things we wish we hadn't done. Tashlich means to throw. We throw away things we don't like or don't need. Tashlich is like cleaning your heart's closet. A new year, a clean heart. Just this summer, Izzy and Miriam cleaned their toy closet and gave a lot away. Now it seems bigger. Sometimes he just opens the closet to see how clean it is. They all troop up the pier singing Avinu Malkeinu. The melody moves inside Izzy in a sad, happy way. He feels a part of the wind, a part of the waves, a part of everybody singing. At the head of the pier, everyone crowds around Rabbi Neil and Ben's dad. They both put shofars to their lips. They blow. Whose note will last the longest? Izzy and Miriam pretend they are blowing shofars and count to 10. They run out of breath, but the men keep blowing. Izzy runs around in 10 circles. He's very dizzy, but the men keep blowing. Finally, Rabbi Neil's shofar runs out of sound. Ben's dad squawks out one last note. Everyone laughs and claps. And now it's time. Mom hands them slices of old bread. Izzy rips off a piece and whispers, "This is for drawing Space Dog on Miriam's forehead." He throws it into the water. "For Mom's ring," Izzy says, tossing another sorry into the sea. He breathes the salty air. His heart feels cleaner. And look at those seagulls. They love tashlich. So do the fish. Suddenly, Ben is right next to him. Izzy? I'm sorry I never helped you find your yellow notebook." His notebook? That's right. Ben didn't help look for it. Just hearing Ben say he's sorry makes Izzy feel better. "That's okay," he says. He smiles down at their 4 shoes side by side and then remembers the 4th thing on his list. Ugh. He has to tell Ben. Well, maybe he doesn't have to. Yes, he does. They sit together on a bench looking out to sea. Ben is bouncy and hummy. Izzy is slouchy. Okay, Izzy takes a deep breath of ocean air. "Ben, I'm sorry I told your secret." "About sucking my thumb?" "Yeah, the seagulls call. It was mean. I'm sorry." He wishes Ben would say something. Finally, Ben says, "Izzy?" "Yes?" "We've been friends for a long time, right?" "Right. So, because we've been friends for such a long time, you're 100% forgiven." "Really?" Izzy looks at Ben. Ben smiles. "Okay, and from now on, I promise to keep your secrets secret," Izzy says, feeding a piece of bread to Ben. "And I promise to help you look for everything you lose." pieces of bread out to the fish. Izzy's heart feels as big as the ocean. But what about Mrs. Bickerson? Izzy decides he will talk to her soon. He throws another piece into the sea. For Mrs. Bickerson's drum. Ben and Izzy toss the last bits into the wind. Izzy loves this changing time of year. Some days sunglasses, some days sweaters. The sound of the shofar and the salty smell of the sea. Time to think about his family and this whole wide, windy world. Everyone sings one last song. Then they slowly walk home, holding hands in a family and friends chain with empty bread bags. And clean, wide, open hearts. Happy Rosh Hashanah.